Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chris Nglezu from CE Fish Essentials, and I'd just like to welcome you to another edition of my video blog where I talk all about things related to aquariums, terrariums, vivariums, nature, biotopes, freshwater conservation, and everything in between. Right, so I'm going to be doing another little catch-up video today, just letting you guys know what's been going on in my world from my perspective in the aquarium hobby and beyond. So following on from my recent video that I did about eBay, eBay a couple of weeks back said they were going to ban the sale of live tropical fish, among other creatures, and within 48 hours they done a complete U-turn. So that is not going to be in place anymore. So yeah, I mean, good news for all of those people who do sell on the platform. I think, there's not really much to say about it. I just think it's going to be probably a bit of a wake-up call for those sellers to make sure that they do actually sort of comply with regulations. And yeah, I mean, as I said in my last video about this subject, if you are selling fish online, on eBay or elsewhere, there are good reputable couriers who can ship fish legally with all the correct licenses. I have mentioned them in those previous videos, but I'll put some information on the screen as well for you guys. But yeah, that's about it. So that's not going ahead. Alright, so moving on to the next thing. In the last couple of days, week or so, two brand new articles have gone up on my website blog at cefishessentials.com. Right, now both of these articles are submitted from a new author. Her name is Julia Bindel, and some of you would be familiar with her. She posts some really great fish photos on Facebook and so on. Anyway, Julia's quite passionate, it seems, about gobies, particularly neon gobies of the genus Stiphodon, and also of micro dragon gobies, which sound pretty cool, and they are, to be honest. So in the last few days, two new care guides, comprehensive care guides on the care of the gobies in the genus Stiphodon, and also the micro dragon gobies have gone up on the site. So if you're interested in those, you can literally go to cefishessentials.com. The most recent two articles will be sat there on the home page. Let's see. Yep, one is the comprehensive care guide for the genus Schismatogobius, and the other one is, as I mentioned, for Stiphodon. Stiphodon, even just the photography that Julia does is so amazing, because it really captures the character in these fishes, and there's some amazing fish. Not just the colors. I mean, on Stiphodon they get these really lovely colors, as well as their quite charismatic shapes and behaviors. But honestly, even these tiny little micro dragon gobies, the photography is just amazing. I would read this just purely for the photography, but she's put down so much information. She's gone and seen them in the wild, documented stuff about their habitats, and in the Schismatogobius one, she's even partaken in some genetic work, which was really interesting. So you can find out all about that on my website, so do go and check that out. While we're on the subject of websites, for those of you interested in Loricariidae, particularly Ancistrus, so bristlenose plecos, is still available now. The new book for pre-order, the bristlenose catfishes, the plecos of the genus Ancistrus, by Ingo Seidel and Andreas Tanker. You guys might have remembered that recently I did a video about a new pleco fish that was causing commotion in the hobby. Well, one of them is named after Ingo Seidel, and that's Hypancistris sideli from the Rio Xingu, and he is the co-author of this really cool book. Now, I'll give you some brief info on it. This is going to be a really good book, and for the price, I think is well worth it. So you only have to go onto my website to check it out and to place your pre-order now. They'll be shipping out in the first week of May, roughly. We'll be updating everyone who places orders with notifications on the shipping dates and so on. But now, this book, I'm going to give you all the details. So, 640 pages. Huge. 980 photos. That's almost 1,000 photos in this book. Which I received that information yesterday from Andreas, the author. They've got around about 130 species profiles and more than 200 species and variations from the genus Ancestris in this book. So this is like everything you need to know about Ancestris and ever will need to know probably. It's written in both English and German, so you can see both of those languages in the book, which is really nice. And it's a hardcover with that really kind of high quality thread stitching. So this is not a book that's going to fall apart. This is a great quality book. You can place your pre-order now for £75 and it's yours. It will be shipped out immediately once they arrive with us, and your pre-order will be there. So if you're interested, go for it. cefishessentials.com, you'll find it on there. Any questions, let me know, and I'll do my very best to answer them. Right, so I've been creating this paludarium based on the Rio Atabapo, a place where I visited on the border of Colombia and Venezuela. Now, over the last year, some of you who follow me would have seen that I put a beautiful emerald tree boa, who I named Esmeralda, into that setup. She's growing really fast and really well. She's settled in so nicely, and such a beautiful placid snake. She is of the species Corallus caninus, so this is the northern emerald tree boa. And she's just been a dream. Wow, for me, I always wanted to have this snake, and so this is really somewhat of a childhood dream completed. I feel amazing for that. Now, I've taken so many visits to different zoos in the last year for different reasons, conservation or just for fun and so on, meeting friends. And I've seen emerald tree boas, a nocturnal snake species, arboreal snake, being cohabited with dendrobates. So these are like poison dart frogs, which are a diurnal species that come out during the day and spend most of the time on the ground. And I decided to give it a whirl. Now, I thought about this long and hard, and I know for some people this is quite a controversial thing, but I've seen it done successfully so many times that I said I'm going to give this a try. Now, for the last week, I've had 3 beautiful young dendrobates, or dendrobates if you pronounce it that way, leucomelas, which are also from that area in the world, so biotope correct, the same as Esmeralda. And they've been living in there, getting used to me, getting used to their habitat, which they seem to really enjoy, and feeding on their fruit flies. And it's been amazing. The video I put up really did seem to pick up a bit of traction, with lots of people asking different questions and just being generally wowed at the frogs. I didn't even show the snake in that video. So that's been really interesting. And I'm now missing a fish species from that region. I was really interested in Rivulus, or some people refer to them as Limosemion Tecminae, but I understand they're not actually in the hobby anymore. They come from a very remote location along there. There are a few variants that exist between Maroa, close to the Rio Negro, and Puerto Ayacucho in the kind of Rio Orinoco region. upper, well, mid Orinoco, yeah, mid to lower Orinoco region. It would be good if I could find that fish species, because for me that would be a really good specimen, to put in there. But I don't know how easy that's going to be. So killifish people of the UK or around the world, do let me know if you can find this fish species. I'd love to put it in there and kind of complete my fish, amphibian and snake setup that's all biotope correct, including the plants, which I'm so happy about. I've even got Philodendron atabapoense in there and several other species of plant that are correct. So I'm really enjoying that process. Right, yeah, I'll put some pictures and videos and stuff up for you, of course. But yeah, just keep following on. If you like to see that stuff, I'll post more. Just just interact, send me some comments and likes and so on, so I can gauge whether you're interested in that sort of thing, and then I'll be happy to post more stuff for you to see. On a final note, I'm going to try and keep it relatively short today. On a final note, in recent weeks I've been putting out videos and articles that I've mentioned to you, and I do try to share them around Facebook and elsewhere for people to see. And in recent weeks, I've posted in a number of groups, and some of them really enjoy the content and others automatically reject it, and they decline your post and remove them immediately. I've been sort of thinking, well, what is this all about? And one struck me the other day. It was in the Practical Fish Keeping chat room Facebook group. Right, I love Practical Fish Keeping magazine. I've read it for many years. I've actually written for the magazine a number of times in the past, and may well do so again in the future. If you'd like to hear more from me in the magazine, do let me know, guys. Express that to me, to them, whoever. But anyway, posted one of the articles, or Julia's articles, in their group the other day, and had it immediately declined because the reason given was because I was a YouTuber. So I did make a complaint to those guys and said, listen guys, for one, my article was not linking to YouTube, so I don't know why you removed it on that basis. But two, my YouTube channel is not monetized. So guys, I do not have enough followers and so on to monetize my channel. So I don't even make money at this point. I would absolutely love to. It would be really nice. But currently I'm running on pure passion here. So do click the subscribe button. But it really bothered me, this kind of gatekeeping of information groups, because these are really important pieces of information, like the video on eBay banning the sale of live fish, like the care guides for how to correctly keep Stiphodon gobies, which are all wild, and come from very specific habitat types. So for people to learn these things is really, really important. I understand totally when you get those people that post too much, or they post really useless things, annoying things, quality control. But when the information is good and useful to the hobby, where you're helping people to learn, if you gatekeep in this way, it stops the groups serving their purpose, and the members of those groups stand to benefit from this information as much as I might gain a follower or two. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to click the little subscribe button, press the like, drop a comment, or follow at CE Fish Essentials on most of the major social media platforms. Yeah, really appreciate it, and have a fantastic day. All right, see you on the next one.